Well, hi there. In the studio and in the hot chair, because we've dumped the couch, is Alana and Chloe. And I first met you guys a couple of years ago now, it must be, or is it even longer?
About 18 months ago.
Okay, and you won a competition through Anne's
Oh, yeah,
Cove.
that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
yeah. And basically, we asked for nominations for families that have done a bit tough, and we had this wonderful big meat pack from Ansco, and you guys were pretty clear winners. And so, for those that don't know about Chloe's story, can you just give us a wee bit of an overview and a wrap of what's happened with her?
Yep. So nearly 3 years ago, Chloe had an accident at school and developed a chronic pain syndrome and a functional neurological disorder. So she's lost feeling from here down, and we spent a lot of time in Christchurch and in Starship in Auckland. And last year you helped us fundraise in the community, get her to Sydney, where she learnt to walk again, and she was on a walking frame. So fast forward to, it was about a year ago, I sat down with you Hoops on the radio and talked about how good Chloe was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to March this year, Chloe got COVID and developed seizures and tics, and they are functional seizures, so there is nothing we can do for them. So she can have anywhere between 5 and 30 a day, and sometimes they stop her from being able to talk or walk. She's just had 8 weeks where she had a mixture of not being able to talk, so not ticking, which means that they build up behind the scenes and a lot more pain. She couldn't walk for 6 weeks, and we just spent a couple more days in Christchurch hospitals last week as she was having so many seizures. Every time she sat up, she went into one or stood. And then last night, I'm working nights now, just to get us through, and last night she had one of her big ones, and now she's ticking, walking, talking, and back to her cheery self. So as much as they're horrible, they take away so many functions of her body. They also bring them back. So yeah,
wow,
it's been a long 8 weeks.
What a roller coaster.
Yeah. We went back to Sydney this year. My friend Stacey flew over to Sydney with me, and Chloe was telling everyone that Stacey had a bomb on the plane, so we had lots of giggles about that. We flew with Emirates, and we had Megan from the travel agent that helped us. So Emirates were fantastic with her. She had a seizure just as we were coming to land, and they were so helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to Sydney and we were there 5.5 weeks, and I was just exhausted because of tics and seizures constantly.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'd be stuck on a train for 2 or 3 hours going backwards and forwards because she was in a seizure.
Okay.
Because they can last quite a while.
Yeah.
And then we came home and it was just back to basics.
Okay.
So we managed to get Chloe, she started at intermediate at the end of term 3. And she managed to get a few weeks or 4 hours a day at school, so that was really awesome.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with her tics is we ignore them.
Yeah.
And they settle down.
Okay.
So Chloe has been busy crocheting and been on crafty things and baking, haven't you, bud?
Flying to the moon.
Yeah, so no, we're just trying to get through. We take each day now.
Yep.
Yeah, I would go back to a year ago when she could walk on a frame any day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Bloody COVID.
I know.
Yeah. Now, how are you getting on with, I remember you had a massive battle with ACC, and I think eventually you got some good results. How's all that going?
So a year ago they accepted her claim.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still battling. So she gets 1 hour of physio a week, 1 hour of OT a week. We finished up with her Sydney team because that was private, so that was us paying. So we remortgaged again this year to get her over there and carry on the treatment when we came home. I've now got an advocate working with us who's based in Auckland who helps us with ACC. So just still the basics, you know, trying to get a wheelchair out of them because this one belongs to DHB, and sometimes Chloe can't walk, you know, 8 weeks, couldn't walk. Definitely needs a wheelchair, but it's just simple things like that we are just going through hurdles to get, and the amount of paperwork I have to fill out is just tiring. Trying to get carer support. They've allocated 5 hours a week for me to care for her. So, but again, paperwork got bounced back last week, so I had another 4 forms to fill out, and in the midst of being in hospital with her fainting and having seizures constantly, it's tiring.
How's all the rest of the family getting on? Are they doing all okay?
We just get through each day.
Yeah.
The boys, it's affected the boys massively. Our youngest, Oliver, he's 7. He said the other day, he goes, why can't the hospital just fix her? They fixed my broken leg. Just the basic things, how little minds work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Russell's got a month off over Christmas, so I'm really hoping that we can just spend some time as a family and not be focused around medical and physical therapy. And we've just taken it on ourselves at home, and just trying to, our goal is to clean out the garage over the holidays and set up a gym at home and just purchase equipment ourselves and do the physio ourselves.
Okay.
And then just hope that one day we find the right people that can help her here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a constant backwards and forwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's 5 feet forward and everything's going really, really well for a long time, and then we sort of forget what we're in, and then we go backwards. So yeah, we try as much as it is hard, and I do let it take over my mind and emotions, and we just need to keep moving forward.
Oh,
so yeah,
that has to happen.
Yeah, I'm glad it's a school holidays, 2 days.
Yeah. All right, and so you're busy. You're working nights to help get by as well, and
Yep. So no, I'm working nights, and Russell's working days, and we see each other in passing, and yeah, we'll get there. It's just what we're going to do at the moment, and we know it's just short term, hopefully.
Yeah,
get us through this hurdle, and we're under expectation from ACC that any modifications we've done to our home, that they would reimburse us for. We had a conversation with them back in 2021, and that has been reneged on. So that's in the pipelines to try and keep fighting.
Okay.
So that's why she spent so long in hospital, was that we couldn't care for her at home.
Yeah.
So once Russell got the work done at home, then she was safe to be at home.
Yeah.
So,
okay, and you have decided that you're not busy enough with all that, and you've got yourself on, is it a committee for rare disorders?
They're a charity organisation, and they have a board, and they have lots of staff members, and I'm a volunteer.
Yeah.
And Lachlan, our 9-year-old, was born with a rare disorder.
Okay.
So I've been part of the rare disorders family for quite some time now, and they have helped out heaps with Chloe as well, pointing me in the right directions, getting me in touch with people through back channels, because we're not getting the help through the forward channels. So this year I've always been a worker, and this year I called up Kim and I said, please give me something to do, I'm really bored. At that point I didn't have a paid job, so I just needed something when I'm wherever I am in the country I can do the work, or if I'm in Australia.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been we're working on the 29th of February next year as a unique day, so it's our big campaign this year for rare disorders.
Okay.
We normally celebrate Rare Disorder Day on the 28th, but yeah, this year's the 29th. And so far I've got 36 buildings throughout New Zealand lit up orange on that day. So that's my job at the moment, is to email councils and buildings. And then we've got the 28th and 29th are really busy days in Wellington for us as a group. We've got someone coming from Australia who has opened up a rare disorder clinic over there, and he's coming over to help us present to Parliament some papers. And then we've got the group leads, so all the rare disorder groups throughout New Zealand will come together and meet, and then there's lots of community things. And then I think it's the 8th of March we've got Fortune Flavours. I do a rare beer challenge, and they've got one in Wellington and Auckland, and I think all the rules get thrown out, so you can put anything in the beer.
Okay.
And that's our biggest fundraiser for the year. Okay. So that's happening.
Yep.
And I've on to schools at the moment. Mufti Days, Glow Up and Show Up is our slogan for this year coming as well, our campaign.
Yep.
And basically just getting New Zealand aware and that there is rare disorders. There's 300,000 people in New Zealand with a rare disorder.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
Some are super rare, some are super unique.
Yeah.
But together we are like one big family.
Yeah.
So we all go through the same battle,
Yes.
same channels. Rare disorders, New Zealand help doctors, nurses, agencies all communicate with each other, connecting people. There's constantly people with find out they've got a rare disorder and they go to rare disorders and then they get connected with other families throughout New Zealand.
Right.
So yeah, it's a place where I feel normal. Yeah, because like these people are living the same experience we're living.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so I'll be in Wellington for a couple of days, and I look at that as respite, even though I'm working.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And
Yeah.
then we have the Newtown Festival, which is like the biggest street party in New Zealand,
Yeah.
in Wellington. So we've got a stand at that. So if anyone's there, and we're heading up to the Halberg Games in the Easter school holidays. And Chloe and Lachlan are going to be competing at that. Chloe's just going for the VR, aren't you, bud? Yep.
Nice.
Virtual reality.
Yeah, yeah.
So rare disorders, we're going to have a stand at the Halberg Games as well, and just connect with other families that don't know there is more support out there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, we
So
got a lot
it's
going
busy.
on.
I find it very calming. Yeah. Yeah, just every time I've got a certain ringtone for those emails for the buildings, and it just gives me, I'm doing something to make a difference. So I'm giving back to the ones that have really, really helped us as well.
Yeah. So we're going to have the clock tower in Ashburton lit up.
Yes,
Yeah.
that sure is.
Good.
Yep, so that's great. And yeah, we're far north is Whangarei and Invercargill and everywhere in between.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be really good.
All right. Now, look, if somebody's watching this and they're thinking, how can I help this very special local family? What do you guys need as far as help goes?
I don't know. Just share rare disorders for me. Yeah. If you see someone struggling, reach out, talk to your neighbour. Don't be afraid. The worst thing people can do is ignore you. Yeah, that's the hardest part, is when people just stop talking to you because they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Be honest, say I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the biggest thing, and just be kind. We do come across a lot of people that aren't kind, and that hurts. Yeah, I know, it takes 2 seconds to smile at someone, makes your day.
Yeah.
Beautiful lady downstairs before, just give me a big smile, and it just sort of,
Yeah.
it helps you get through.
Yeah. But what about financially? Can you do with some help, or?
No, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Yeah. No, we'll just keep ticking along, and yeah, maybe you can fix those gutters out there.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. I was talking to Shona McGrath yesterday and said,
Yeah.
where are we at? And yep, so we're on the case. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's hook up again in the new year.
Sounds great.
In February, and give everybody another reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. I think I met up with James Meager and Hamish at the AMP show in Christchurch.
Yep.
So I think they're going to be in Wellington the day we hand in our stuff to Parliament. So that will be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got some really good MPs jumping on board with us. Matt Ducey is going to be there as well, I believe.
Great.
So yeah, it's really cool to have such a good backing this year coming.
Yeah.
And it's, it might not affect people right now, but when they have children or grandchildren or neighbours, or if they're a teacher and they've got a child in their class, it can make a world of a difference.
Yeah.
Just having a wee bit of understanding and knowledge.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
All right. You guys have a good Christmas.
Yeah, you too, Hoots. Thank you.
You have a good Christmas, Chloe.
You too, Santa.
Everyone's Santa today.
That's good. All right, keep in touch.
Cool. Thanks, Hoots.